Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Uh, my name is Fadi Naoum. I am responsible for development in sport and entertainment. I hope I am not so loud. It's okay for you, the noise? So I live in Germany. I've been developing software, and since the last 4 years, we brought a new industry to the market, is the sport entertainment. So this is some of our customer, what we do in SAP, football, ice hockey, basketball, American football. So before I come to the digitalization in the sport, I would like to give you a quick overview what our industry doing in the sport entertainment, and I would like to show you one part what we're doing with the German national team in the football. So SAP, I don't know how many from you know SAP. We are a big company in ERP solution. We are like number one in the world. Additional to the, we have around 24 industry. And 3 years ago, we announced our 25th industry for sport entertainment. I am responsible there for the development. As you can see, so we have the 360-degree view of the fan. So we deliver for the fan everything's what you need. When you log on in the internet, you buy ticketing, you have your payment. When you come to the stadium, you have your merchandising, your catering, and also besides this, you get loyalty point. And this is a 360-degree view about the fan, CRM, how often the fan come to the stadium, how is the fan engaged, talking the fan in the Twitter, social media, all this around the fan. So this is one part what we as SAP deliver in our solution. As the other part is the team performance, the 360-degree view about the player. So this is the solution which I would like now to introduce you. How did this journey started? In the sport entertainment, we as SAP, we took different approach because we are now a huge company in the finance, logistic. So we developed this because we know what are the process. In the sport, we said we are actually the techie, the nerd in sport development, but we don't know the sport. So this is why we took completely different approach. We did the design thinking, we developed directly together with the sport team. So we said we know how you develop software, but we don't know what you need to use for sports. So when we started our first prototype with the German football team. We started with censorship because there is a lot of camera, there is a lot of tracking software. You see it when you look at the statistic, how long the ball position. These are only camera tracking with GPS. It's not accurate. We said we want to have accuracy. So we work with one of our partner, Fraunhofer. This is non-profit organization, German research organization, and we develop censorship. So we did the first prototype, and then we get the attention of the German national team. They said, this is really very interesting. Can you work with us? And because we are going to prepare the World Cup in 2014. It was for us great. This is how we started our journey. We built the prototype for the German national team to use the game analysis to prepare them on the World Cup every time to prepare them on the opponent. And the main challenge was, they said, we need a software which can be used without any IT nerd. So we need you to bring the software and disappear. So if it doesn't work, we don't use it. So I had the honor to fly to Campo Bahia. We installed the software and we left, and they start using this alone. This was one important thing. This was really, the software was very easy to use, so soccer player, football player can use it on his own without any training. Later, our relationship with the German team, it was get deeper and better developed, and so we brought the first product on the market, and they asked us later to develop additional function for the Europe Cup. And this is what we built, penalty inside, I will come later to it, and challenger inside. So this is the product which we brought on the market, Sports One. So what is special about this product? Because when you look at the sport team, there is a lot of island. It's actually, there is a jungle. Every coach, when he comes to the new team, he bring a new software. Because he bring every time his team with him, and every coach has use different software. And when they leave, there is a lot of software, and there is a lot of data all spread out. They don't have one system. We said we want to have one central system. It doesn't matter. There is also other good software, small software, they provide solution, but we integrate this in SAP. So SAP builds the central system as Sport One, and then you can see we have trainings, planning, we have player fitness, we have performance insights, all about the performance, about the player. So scouting, if they're looking for scouting, we're looking for a new player, everything's in one system. But we don't prevent them to use other scouting solutions, but they can integrate this. Because they have one central system, they have all the information in one system. And one other challenge, what the German national team told us, because they don't have their home team, the players, they have their home team. So they are not always with the German national team. They said when we communicate with them, we send them email, they never answer. Because this guy, either you have to connect with them with Facebook or WhatsApp. But we're sending very confidential data. This was a challenge. So we built also Team One. Team One is as communication. So you can compare it like with WhatsApp. But it's more confidential, so they send them videos, they send them like tactical ideas in preparation of the next game, or also to review which game, when the game happened, after this to review this, so they use it as communication tool. This is the only tool what they use it with the national player. So this is just highlight about SAP product Sports One. As you see, I have the video analysis. The video analysis is very easy to understand. I can look at the player. I can select the player. I see the player, how fast he's running. I can say I want to see all the goal of the player, all the foul of this one player. I select his name and I click. So I get the different section of the player. So I have this in real time. And this is what was very easy to use for the players. They didn't need any training because, you know, the player nowadays, they are young people, they are always used to video game. For them, it was really as a game. We have also the player fitness. So we have all history, all the injuries about the player. And in Sports One, we don't have only like the professional player, we have also the youth player. So you have the whole development of the player, when they started from the junior till they get to the professional. We have also training, planning, and it's, as you can see below, performance diagnostic. So what we do all the analysis of the player, they measure their performance, but the player can compare his performance with other players. He can compare his performance with the average of the team. Some players, they go to the coach and said, what do I have to do to get to the same level as Ribéry? So they can look at the system, look, this is what his top performance, look how fast he runs, look how what this kind of speed. So this is also as motivation, because some coaches, they told me, they get such a request, but they have to collect data and they have to think about information. They don't have all this fact. With SAP Sports One, they do click and they can do comparison. So this is just an overview, and of course you see our team, the national team is using our software. Bayern Munich is using our software, and other German club using SAP software. And we have now a team in Mexico, in Japan, and also in UK. I don't know how many they know football, so the Hoffenheim, it's now like in the German league, third in the league, so this is the trainer, the coach. He was, when we worked with him in 2013, the coach for U19. And he's the youngest coach in the Bundesliga, and he's very successful. He might be now the next coach for Bayern Munich. So we developed with them with this censorship, and you can see here he can do it on the tablet, real time, when the player running, and he can see really the ball position, how fast the player stop, and how fast he can accelerate. I just want to give you a highlight what we're talking about, what kind of data, why SAP here is strong, or why we have here unique position. So we have in the ball, sensor centered in the ball. So every second, the ball, we're collecting 2,000 positions per second. So when they hit the ball, 2,000 positions per second. So if they are doing training with 6 balls, they have 12,000 positions per second. And then we had the player with 3 censorship. So he had one sensor on the left shin guard and one on the right shin guard, and we have one on his neck. And this way, so we can see the whole movement of the player. So if he hits the ball with his right leg, then we see the speed, how he hits the ball. And yet you can see really the speed of the ball. Because the current system, what are available on the market, they're using GPS. GPS, you have tolerance around 2 meters. And what we have here, we have tolerance around 5 centimeters. So this is really the big difference and the big benefit. So if we have 6 players and playing like 8 on 8 with 6 ball, you have 21,600 positions. So for 1 hour training, you can imagine how many data they get, 78 million data. So who should really do something with this data? This mass data doesn't make sense. And this is where the strength of SAP, we turn this data to smart data. Of course, we don't give all this information to the coach because no way he can analyze this. But what's the important thing, he can say which KPI for him important, and we can pick this up in real time, and he can do the analysis. And if a new coach comes, you can change the KPI because we have all the data. And we're using for this purpose HANA. This is real data on memory, so this will be running in real time. And this is the big benefit of SAP software. So now I think I talk a lot. I would like to show you a video, what we've done with Hoffenheim during the training, so to give you an idea about the sensor.
Hoffenheim is betting everything on young players. Their youth program stresses innovation and long-term development. In the under-19 youth team, technology is paving the way for future wins. A joint project teaming Hoffenheim, SAP, Fraunhofer Institute, and Crytek uses sensor-based real-time analysis of player performance.
Players and balls are fitted with sensors. We capture geodata, based on which we measure and analyze player performances. A head coach or fitness coach can look at various criteria, combine them on an individual base, and improve the training.
Antennas on the training pitch transmit sensor data live to the in-memory technology SAP HANA. Using spatial data, HANA measures nearly all aspects of player performance in real time. How long does a player keep the ball? Where does he start dribbling? How long does it take to score? This information gives head coach Julian Nagelsmann a real competitive advantage.
For our philosophy, aggressive tackling and fast reaction times are very important. With this new data, I can control reaction times and aggressiveness without delay, so I can prepare the players in an optimal way for their professional careers.
Preparation for a second training unit at night. The players put sensors under their shin guards. Additional sensors on the pitch help capture every move each player makes. Today, for the first time ever, fitness coach Kai Kraft is testing Google Glass. This unique technology allows him to check the precise speed of individual players as they hurl down the pitch.
As a coach, I have a subjective impression of the player's velocity in this exercise. This technology allows me to check if I'm right or wrong.
This futuristic technology provides a huge range of options, also in tactical training. During an exercise, the head coach can look up individual performance data of players.
We just played an 8 versus 8, and I showed the player on the iPad why he didn't succeed in gaining the upper hand with limited space, because the distance between him and the other players was too close. I could demonstrate this with the 3D animation.
Julian Nagelsmann can now coach his players to a simpler, different strategy, so new routes, attacks, and pitch movement can be optimized to ensure the best use of every player. For Nagelsmann, the easy-to-use interface is a major benefit.
Everybody who's familiar with Facebook or other social networks will find this easy to use. It's a very simple interface with which someone like me, who's at home on the pitch and not at a computer, can work with very, very easily. And I can use the data without substantial training.
The game's inventors used intuition and gut feeling. Now technology is pushing the limits of player potential and helping coaches make the right calls.
So this is to give you an idea. Now we are working also to see like what we call data load scouting, because nowadays when a team looking for new players, they travel all around. They have many scouting sitting everywhere, and this is a challenge, and you have to rely on this. With SAP data load, we load all the data available about different player, and this gives the team the possibility. They can say, I want now to look for all player who has the same KPI like Frank Ribéry, and they are around 20. So before I travel all around the world, I can narrow this down, and I can look at the videos if it's really match, and then I can go there and do the scouting. So this is the next step what we are developing also with team. What we had also during the Europe Cup, and I don't know how many from you watched the Europe Cup and saw the penalty in what's pop up also for the German. The German team told us for every match they prepare also the possible penalty. And they collect all this data, they prepare this, they study this. This is a lot of paperwork and to do this. We said, this is actually not a problem. We can build this on SAP. So we build our own database. We collect all the World Cup all the penalty for the last 10 years. So they told us not only penalty, we need also to see when they do the penalty. It's during home away game, is it during home game, behind, are they equal? Is this other pressure? Maybe the media doing a lot of pressure on the players. So we built a different KPI. So as you can see here, there is a different KPI. Unfortunately, I could show you this online, but we don't have this here possible. So you can select the player name, or you can select the team, and it shows me the pattern. Where are the players, they shoot the ball? On the top left, in the middle, and how many miss. So also you can watch where the players stand and how he walk, and if he do it from inside, from outside, the speed. So we built this as a database. This is what the German national team, they use it as prototype during the Europe Cup when it came to the penalty against Italy. It was a challenge. It was a challenge because many players, they were young players, and we didn't have a lot of penalty history. So this was like for Manuel Neuer really some challenges for him, and he looked at the goalie coach because they are not allowed to use it on the pitch. So they had to print this, and the coach for the goalie, he has to give him sign if he doesn't remember. So this was also one of the challenge, but this is, we developed this as prototype, and now we have a software, and we offer this in the SAP web shop only for $499 per year, or euro. So this is one what we developed for the Europe Cup. Another thing, the challenger inside, because they told us when the team in the locker room, before they go out, they get the latest information about the opponent, who are the opponent. And sometimes they change the player. And some players, they don't know who are the opponent. So they look at the challenger inside, they see which player, they change it, and they have about every player small video and small information to show to the team. And this solution, it works offline because we call it like as a catacomb. In this locker room, sometimes they don't have any Wi-Fi, they are not online. And they need solution, it's offline, where they can study this. So this is another function what we added to our sports solution. And as you can see, the German coach, national team, and his co-coach, they're using also during the game SAP solution. They use it as on the iPad Pro to review the scene. So this is just a highlight about SAP digitalization in the sport. One part what I show you here. And our SAP solution Sports One, we won this year 2 design award because our system, it was very important for us. It needs to be very simple, easy to use. So this is quick presentation. Thank you very much. Small attendees. Any question? And by the way, sorry, also some TVs are they using our penalty inside. When it comes to penalty, they use it just to do the analysis. Yeah, we start with soccer, football, but now we are doing with ice hockey, but we on the ice hockey, we still have light solution, and with basketball, because when you start really to go deep into it, it's a lot of, you need a lot of expertise, and you need to do a lot, and you cannot take the same solution what you develop for football, for ice hockey, or for basketball, and this is a challenge. Yeah? So we have one television, they use our penalty inside, they get all the information, and when it's come to penalty, then they say, oh, look, his historical, he will hit on the top, also they start showing small screen. So that's the moment what we're working on them. On the analysis, they still not use because they don't have the time on the analysis of the game. But when it's come to penalty, because you have this few seconds where you have to prepare, and then they start the television showing the history.
Another question, follow-up question. Are you SAP willing to work with Middle Eastern countries, basically, especially in soccer and football?
Of course, we are actually SAP. We always work with partner because I am responsible for the development, and we look for partner to work with because we have every worldwide partner, and we are open to also because we were, I think, in January with the Bayern Munich team in Qatar because they have every year they play there, and we are talking also to other clubs. Okay. Thank you very much.